Now, there has been one question on my mind for quite a while now, and that is, what is the next thing that's going to happen in the game? What is the next big thing, to be more accurate? Now, it is the middle of September. I am recording this very early in Tuesday. Basically, well, typical. I record at 3 a.m. Now it's 3:13 a.m. So about 12 hours before the patch notes are available for tomorrow. And in September, well, actually, I think it was in September, but I kind of lost track of what's been happening. But we are, we have a supposed balance patch scheduled, and besides that, we also have supposedly a 10 million Lazarus point gift for the balance patch to reskill in other things if necessary, of course. So there's a good chance that in the tomorrow's patch that that tomorrow is going to be the balance patch. If not tomorrow, then probably next week. If not next week, well then I don't know. Then we just have to wait for the announcement. But the next, I think that the next big thing in the very near future is definitely a balance patch. Now I say it's a big thing. I call it a big thing because at the moment there are a lot of implants. There's a lot of ships, but mostly implants that are kind of overpowered. The ships in general, I think, are okay. I think the super carriers could definitely be nerfed a little bit, and there is a good chance that super carriers will be nerfed in the balance patch. If they do get nerfed, I expect like a 25% nerf on overall DPS. I don't really expect them to change the tank much on these things. After all, they are quite expensive to build. They are, after all, super capitals designed to be. They're designed to be very hard to kill, but the DPS output on these ships definitely can be toned down a little bit. And since we are already talking about the DPS in the game, one implant that definitely could be nerfed is the bombard tactic implant. Now, I say that I would nerf all the implants, although not every implant is broken in the same way, but the vast majority definitely have a lot of, let's say, a lot of window to be toned down in order to make them more balanced within the game. But as it stands, drones are surprisingly the strongest weapon system in the game right now. And that's kind of funny because drones used to be I don't say that the drones were like the least popular, but they used to have a lot of problems. I think they still do have some bugs here and there, although in my case I haven't encountered any problems with my drones. At least not now. We'll see what will happen in the next update, since sometimes something gets broken in the background and for some reason it does affect drones. So we will see. Last time I had issues with the drones, that was almost a long time ago with my Stratius, and I really haven't had many problems with the drones, with their AI mechanics and stuff like that. Drones have been working really solid for quite a while, and especially now with the implants, with the bombard tactic implant, drones are really strong. The Stratius is right now the strongest PvP cruiser because if you have a high level bombard tactic implant, the Stratius basically pops any cruiser. It can even pop battle cruisers. It can even kill battleships fairly quickly. Of course, if the battleship is built poorly, and unfortunately most ships out there are built poorly, so that just adds further to the easiness of how quickly you can kill ships, because most of the builds are not really, that good nowadays, unfortunately. Why is that the case? Well, don't look at me. I don't know. I tried to put out some good builds for the vast majority of ships. Now, is it going to affect my drone ships? Well, I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, I have about 32, 35, something like that. I think I have like 32 billion ISK right now. And I plan to use that ISK for maybe a new implant. Depending on, I mean, it really depends on what is changed within this balance patch. I would definitely like to buy an implant and to improve one of my ships, or basically to improve all ships that can benefit from the implant. So that's one of my goals and one of the reasons why I have so much ISK right now. Now another thing that I might put my ISK into is new ships. I talked about this for a while, but I'm always looking for new ships, and there's a lot of things that I want to try out, but since the developers have been releasing new ships here and there, okay, well, I would say occasionally, but the last couple updates were massive. I think like 12 new ships or something like that. I think we got like 12 or 13. My apologies, about 15 or 14 new ships. I keep forgetting that logistic assault thing, that actual new ship that has been released. I keep forgetting that ship exists. About 14 ships have been released. Cruisers, battleships, frigates, cabals, and some special ships. So there's a good chance that they will be adding even more ships. And since we are already on the topic of new ships, I know Titans have been on everyone's mind for a year now, I think. I mean, ever since that Ask Me Anything event, Titans were kind of a topic, since the developers did confirm that they were supposed to come on the anniversary of the game. But instead of the Titans, we actually have received Wormholes and Cobalt Edge. Now the drone region hasn't been fully released yet. There's a lot of systems that are still not released, and the developers did say that they'll add the rest of the space as well. Now the time frame hasn't been released. I know for a fact that they plan to do a smaller release first, basically Cobalt Edge, and then a next release that should basically include the rest of the systems. I'm kind of excited for that, since it will open more regions, and the traffic in Cobalt Edge will definitely be vastly reduced, since more systems will definitely focus the traffic on a wider area. Right now, Cobalt Edge is a really hot area. There's a lot of players there, mostly for PvP. Although the items that you can find there, the minerals, the blueprints, the new modules, can be quite valuable, and they're very good, especially for the new ships and for the navy ships. The new modules are really solid. I haven't had the chance to try them out yet, but the moment I do have the chance to try them out, I will. Right now there's I think only one plate on the market, which costs 1 billion. The reason why they're so rare is the fact that no one is doing PvE, everyone is just killing each other in Cobalt Edge right now. Basically, Cobalt Edge is still a war zone, so that's one of the reasons why the modules are kind of rare. But once there is more regions open, then it's going to be definitely much easier to to operate within the Dronelands. And of course, the cherry on top, especially with the wormholes, the cherry on top, actual wormhole space. Now, it is already confirmed. It's been confirmed for more than a month now that they are working on the wormholes, and I always said that the Cobalt Edge release is kind of a beta and alpha test, beta or alpha test for actual wormhole space. I mean, the similarities are there; they're quite similar, and there is no local there. You have to access only via wormholes. You do have gates inside. That's the only difference, I would say, because in wormhole space there's no gates. Your only entry and exit is another wormhole. And recently, with some of the updates, they have made the small wormholes spawn in a much more larger quantity, and they have also boosted their respawn. They last about a day, and they do spawn basically all over low-sec now. Now the next big, I would say the next exciting big thing. Now there is things that I say that are exciting, and there is the next exciting big thing. When I say exciting big thing, that's on the rank of wormhole space. That's what I am excited about. And when they do release that, I would say that they will make the wormholes spawn all over the galaxy. You can find a wormhole in high sec, low sec, null sec, anywhere, and they can lead anywhere as well. So that's the thing that I'm looking for. It's going to make travel and transport much easier. Basically, instead of doing 50-60 jumps, you just find a wormhole that connects the two systems that you're looking for, and basically just spend 5 minutes instead of spending 5 hours transporting stuff. That's going to change the game quite a bit, going to change the dynamic quite a bit, and well, that's one of the things that I am personally looking forward to see. I talked about this before, but I think it's worth mentioning again. When they do release actual wormhole space, I think that's going to announce the release of Yang Yung, the actual faction, and the ship debris are going to be located inside of the wormholes, which would give a reason for players to go there and explore the space. Now the Kanyu ship, the Yang Yung ships, are basically classified as faction ships, although right now in the game we have only one such ship, and the prototypes that we have received as gifts. And I think the reason why these ships haven't been released yet is because I think there isn't really a place to put them in right now. Since I mean they could technically just make something random and just add them in, but I kind of appreciate that they didn't do that so far, because it would kind of take away from the whole wormhole thing. Since if my memory serves me well, Yang Yung came to New Eden via a wormhole. So if they technically came to New Eden with a wormhole, then I think it's only appropriate to put them inside actual wormhole space. And yeah, that's one exciting thing, I guess. I'm definitely moving into wormhole space. Hopefully it's not going to be as dumb as, I mean, I say dumb. The drones are no joke. Let's be real here. The drones in Dronelands are no joke. You really need to know what you're doing if you're going there, and I kind of appreciate that, but at the same time it makes things a bit more stressful, since you have to watch out for players, you have to watch out for drones, you have to watch out for everything, and it just adds a lot of stress on the player. And I can see why a lot of players don't really like to fight drones. It is stressful, and the Lost Way Secret event kind of brought that to to New Eden. That that's a couple of added experience, and as we all have experienced, these things are no joke. Now they're not impossible to kill. The new event here was pretty good actually. I enjoyed it quite a bit. My friends made a lot of very juicy special modules. I have found none unfortunately, and the event is ending in a couple days. So if you have all these juicy modules, then keep them. They will be very expensive down the road. And since in October it's Halloween season, maybe they add the same Halloween event from 2020. Maybe not. We will see. I would really love to see the Halloween event come back. Was quite interesting thing to do. It would be fun to have it again, honestly. Maybe they'll do it since they already had a pretty good event now, and maybe they'll do the Halloween event again. We will see. And now the next topic, and I think one of the last topics for today, would be Titans. Now, what is my estimated release date of Titans? That's a very good thing, since that's a very good question, because the developers have said in one of the last Q&As that right now they're actually focused on adding more content, and they're focused on adding more sub-capitals. So right now, as it seems, Titans are still delayed. Well, I say delayed. I would use the term cancelled, but they're not really cancelled since they are still on plan. But right now, as it stands, they are still delayed for the foreseeable future. Now, when will they add Titans? Well, I'm thinking, and if my estimates are correct, and usually they're quite accurate, I was very, very, very accurate in the last couple months regarding this stuff. But I think Titans will be added sometime in 2024, and I would say no early and no sooner before they actually add actual wormhole space and Yang. So I would say expect Titans after wormhole space and Yang ships. Now, of course, I'm open at being wrong. I did get some things wrong in the past. It happens. I mean, I'm human after all. I do make mistakes, but there's a good chance that might not happen. Maybe Titans come before Yang and before actual wormhole space. I mean, both are reasonable possibilities that can happen within a certain time. So, but for now, my estimate for October and November as well as December is that we are going to receive more explorable space, more cold edge. We will also probably receive new ships, hopefully new special destroyers. I think the destroyers are the next on the line to be released. Special destroyers, special edition destroyers, wormhole space, young new ships, and then maybe around January, February in 2024, we might get Titans, and down the road even perhaps faction dreadnoughts. Now, as for what I believe when wormhole space will be released, I think that's going to happen around December, because I vividly remember one of the developers talking about them planning to release Yang at the end of the year. Now, that was early 2023, I believe. If I remember correctly, that was kind of announced January, February of 2023 in one of the Q&As that have released. So if that is correct, if they're talking about end of the year, and if that was January 2023, end of the year is about December. So maybe young ships are going to be added in December. That's what I would say. Perhaps wormholes and young ships in December of this year. Again, we will see. Time flies. Everything just goes way too fast for my taste, to be honest. I feel like I'm kind of struggling to keep all the news in one in one segment, because maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. But it's been kind of difficult to follow all the things. Everything is just flying so fast nowadays. But in any case, that would be it for this little video for today. Just thought that I would share something that's been on my mind for a while, and something that I wanted to talk about. Just making a little guess, making a little prediction. I like to do that because so far I think I've been pretty accurate. So I guess we will see what will happen in the upcoming months. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, fly safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.